Hello, everyone. We're live. We're here all together. Welcome in, friends. Happy Monday. What a nice way to start our week off. This feels awesome. Annie was in here first. Didn't even say hey. Gifted us a bunch of subbies. So thank you very much for that. First thing, just turning down the music a little more. Let's welcome them in before we get carried away any further. We got Neil M. Blommy, who we've seen before in chat. Reality Eye. Music was still too loud. Killer Crons, the Sub-Amp, and Cricket. Welcome in, friends, if you've never been here before. Good to see you. Now you're part of the kitchen crew. Annie's been busy doing some renos and visiting. Michael's in here with us. We got Barbarino. Sam's home. Amp is telling us the weather like always. We love it. And Hardly Toasted made it in here too. Who else we got? Pell. Love it. Oh, I miss the meat slicer, but maybe it'll come back into our life in like October, November. We'll see. 4:20 a.m. radio. Did we get the pink sky? When was it? We've had some pretty nice sunsets and sunrises the last few weeks. And he's just a medium-sized creep. Hello, White Dove, as well. I'm sorry I passed over you. I went too fast. Guys, hope we're all doing okay. Sorry we weren't here last week. We had a schedule change, but it was a positive one on that note. So we're all adjusted now, and we're back, and you'll get to be blessed with 2 streams this week. Your skies have been gray all day. I got up at like 8:20 this morning and was up and at 'em quick enough to get out the door in like 25 minutes, and we went to the beach for like 9 in the morning. It was awesome. We had a fun, busy morning. Got home, I think, around like 1 p.m.-ish. We were super busy from like 9 to 1. But very, very good. Posted a few photos in Discord too. We went to a farm to pick up some fresh produce for the week. We get the same produce at work. It is so delicious. So definitely go check that out. A couple weeks ago, we had the pink sky. You know, I probably have a photo on my phone here. And you'll be like, yeah, it was that one. I often do that. Maybe it was this one. Or I was like, wow, it looks like cotton candy.
Yep, heat warning.
That one.
Inside in the air conditioning.
Yeah, so we were out this morning while it was only like mid-20s-ish. But yeah, now we're going to get up to around 37 Celsius. There's a heat warning here. So we're going to stay cool inside. Do a little bit of grilling. But I think it's going to go good. It was like a sauna yesterday evening. See, we're lucky that it cools off at night still. So yeah, this morning we went to the beach first thing. Then we went out to the farm to grab our veggies. We went on like a little sightseeing tour to a lookout spot over the Okanagan Lake. It was super nice in Naramata. And then Sam took us back. We went to Walmart to just grab a couple things that we needed. And here we are, guys. It's been a great day. Okay, I am going to be making a salad today that's inspired by one of our features that we're running at lunch right now, or for lunch at work.
You know, little spider that was the size like this?
Yeah?
He's now this.
He's bigger?
Like
He's growing. Sam has spider info for us. Also, he's in the background sharpening knives. He just finished with mine. It is super sharp. It looks amazing. But yeah, we're going to make a grilled peach and burrata cheese salad with some yummy fresh produce. We'll post the menu so you guys can read along while we go through what we're doing today. Salanova greens, just a type of lettuce that we get from the farm, which is really good. It's like a mixed version of greens, but very nice and crisp compared to like store-bought greens. I find go very soggy and wilty as soon as you dress them. We'll do some fresh shaved radish, very nice tomato from the same farm. Look at this one. because tomato and peach, the sweetness and the acidity play really well off of each other. So we'll wedge some of that in there. Some fresh basil that I have in the Aero Garden here. And like a honey balsamic dressing. We can also like throw in some fresh chili from outside because our pepper plants are now finally ripening and turning red. At work, we serve it with like a peach puree that's mixed with honey and chili is sort of like a dressing on the plate. So maybe we'll do a play on that. Better than sharpening peaches and making a knife salad. Imagine a knife salad. That just reminds me of the movie Saw. What's Samo doing? We don't know right now. He's gonna add the knife sharpening scene, I think, on to here while we're going through everything. You tried some takeout from a local ramen shop because they had gluten-free options, but it was disappointing. Oh my god, you just reminded me of our meal that we had last night. I'll tell you about it in a sec here while I'm not distracted by what Sam's doing. Whoa! That's the setup. So that's where he is. Literally just on the other side of this wall here. So Samo's sitting at the table with the stream up too. Yeah, the ramen was missing the gluten. You can still have really good gluten-free ramen, actually. The chashu was horrid, and the broth was at least decent. What the heck? Okay, so our story. We drive by a really nice-looking pub, basically every day, to go to work. And so we thought we'd go check it out on a Sunday where they do a prime rib roast feature for $32 a plate. So you get prime rib, mashed potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, gravy, and a side of seasonal vegetables. We were super excited for this, right? It's like, okay, it's our Friday. We're not cooking for ourselves today after work. Let's go to the pub on the way home and have a nice meal before we can go home and relax. The service was awesome. Everything looked great. Like, even the plate itself, when it came out, I took a photo because I was like, wow, this is going to be awesome. I'll share it with stream. That's how it looked, right? Like, first look, looked pretty good. Not bad. A little lackluster on the veggies and mash for $32, but hey, I'll try it out. It was literally rancid, the meat. The only ever time I've tasted meat like that was from a one barbecue spot where it was the beef rib that had gone bad on the bone. I had to spit it out. I don't often spit out food at the table, but that was one of those like napkin moments to your face and like slowly just like put it away so nobody can tell. It tasted like literal poop eating the beef part. So we're like, ugh, what do we do, right? Sam goes inside, tells the server, she's like, we'll bring you out a new plate. The chef's tried it. Yeah, that's totally off. Thanks for letting us know. But it's like, did you already serve that to other people though? And so they brought the other plate out. Didn't even end up being prime rib anymore. It was like the most overcooked piece of like beef cut with the grain. So it was like really stringy. I ain't going back, guys. I ain't going back. Let's just say that. It was so sad, honestly. It was like, Sam's like, what a waste of like 4 hours of work of our life, right? To pay like almost $100 for that. It's like, I guess next time we'll just buy our own prime rib and cook it at home. Now we know. That's so bad though. So that was our like kind of one bad thing in the past couple of weeks. But other than that, we've been having a lot of fun. We didn't tell you guys about the steam train that we went on the previous week. So here's how we ended up with 2 days off together now, guys. Monday and Tuesdays, we actually have 2 days off together and have an actual weekend now. So how this all happened is Sam asked Chef off for a Monday so that we can go for a ride on one of the steam trains that's here in the valley. It just so happened that Tuesdays and Wednesdays when we were off together, it didn't run those days, obviously, right? So we asked for a Monday. That's what we did last Monday. Super duper fun. I'm going to make a video to post on YouTube so we can all see it that way together, our experience. And yeah, ended up this week with the same days off. So hopefully that happens going forward and we can just like spend the rest of the summer all together. It feels a lot like more like days off when we have it this way, when you're actually gone away from work for 2 full days. You don't have to think about it. Whereas like before, we only really had 1 day away from there and the other 2 days around them, we each had to work. So I am super happy. I think the streams will be more consistent now too. All positives. But yeah, AMP, for like $23 US or 32 bucks Canadian, it needed to be so much better. I had higher expectations. Hi CJ Dewey, welcome in. Yeah, it is like a weekend essentially, especially when we end our week on a Sunday. It kind of feels that way, right? Okay, so Samo's in there sharpening knives. To go along, working back to our menu that we're cooking today, to go along with our salad, Sam picked up some pork chops the other day from the butcher shop on our way home. These are like our favorite things to eat right now when we're having a hankering for like meat but don't know what to cook. So Black Sage Butcher, they just market them as marinated pork chops, boneless. I believe there's 4 chops in here for $20. Not bad at all, because you can see the package is pretty big. It's a kilogram of meat here. Open this up and show you. So they marinate these in like a Thai style marinade with like lime leaf, cilantro. Ooh, I gotta be careful so it doesn't leak. Pink peppercorn. And we love to just grill these up. Super easy, super good. And I thought that would go really nice with the salad. So that's our protein part of the day. I'm gonna leave that back there. I have a couple other things working before we get started. Cricket, welcome in. Welcome to the kitchen crew. Thanks for stopping by. A kilogram. That's almost 1,000 of them. Oh my god. Okay, so we're streaming it tomorrow too for Misha's Menu Redemption, which is a Danish buff sandwich. Basically a like crazy burger smothered in gravy. So Sam picked up some beef marrow bones while I was getting ready for stream today. I already roasted them up in the oven and I'm going to make stock overnight so that we can make a proper gravy to dredge the burger in tomorrow. I didn't feel like just making a mix from the store. So that's what's happening there. And then at the same time, Samo just finished his last loaf of bread. So I have 3 loaves of bread ready to divide and then bake back here. And then as well, on tomorrow's stream, we're going to be making fresh buns for the burgers. We're going to be busy these next 2 days. So the first thing we're starting with is actually this. I'm going to take it off of here so it doesn't overproof. We'll divide our bread. I also thought a little bit of fresh bread with what we're eating today, like kind of a lighter late lunch, early dinner, would be super good. I'm going to get my list so we don't forget anything. Annie, thank you for gifting the subs. 2 subbies to the channel, but they are not new here. CJ Dewey, and who's poppin'? Welcome back to the kitchen crew, my wonderful people. Trying to even things up, I love it. You're already at 7 though. Relax. Okay, flipping the page. This is what we got going on today. Bread. We're gonna divide it into these 3 loaf pans I have here. And then let that proof for about 30 more minutes before we bake it. This recipe's in our Discord channel. I usually, whenever I make this, just go into the recipe thing on my phone, search up in the top right, sourdough discard, spell it properly. And then find the sourdough discard sandwich bread. Oh God, the camera didn't focus. From Farmhouse on Boone. This is the recipe I always use. Sam loves this bread, so do I. And I digest it really well, even with like a little bit of a gluten intolerance. I double the recipe to make 3 loaves of bread. I'm just looking at what we bake it at. I think it's 375 Fahrenheit. Yeah, for like 45 minutes it says. 375 F, 45 minutes or so. That is quite long. That's it. Okay, so that's done. You're at 1,229. You need it to be even. Okay, after we divide the bread and that starts proofing, why don't we get the beef bones into the pot and get the stock going for our gravy on stream tomorrow? I'll write that next. Just follow down the list. Beef stock. What's happening in the mini cam? We can go big cam even for it. Which one will be the best? Maybe this one? That's my husband. He's sharpening some of our kitchen knives that we use at work all the time. So that's what he's doing back there. There it is. There's the big one. Also, what else we got going on here? Amp, thank you for the Prime subby. You've now been with us for 26 months in a row. Peach and Mario being just friends is annoying the older generation of Nintendo lore keepers. I've always wondered, honestly, with that one. Hello, Sayla. Thank you, Annie, for gifting the sub to 4:20 a.m. radio. He's now evened up. If you guys want to check out this knife jig, we've done past streams using it, and I know a couple of you have also picked it up for yourself. Here's the link to it. It's not super expensive. I looked at it before I started stream. I think it's around $70, at least in Canada, on Amazon, and it works awesome. We've had it for I don't know how many years now, like 4 or 5? Can't even remember at this point. It won't ruin. The Ruixin won't ruin your knives. We need to make a little jingle for them. Okay, after the beef stock, what's going to be happening? We got to start working on our salad. So why don't we prep the peaches for the grill? I'll just write salad, peaches. We need tomato, the greens, radish, basil.
Excuse me, please.
Oh gosh. He's coming in and he's testing out the knife. Do you guys want to watch? We're too late for Mish, but we'll be early tomorrow. Don't worry. This is Sam's...
We're too late for Mish today? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is Sam's shun. He's had for...
20 years.
20 years now? He's had this knife for 20 years. It needs more, doesn't it?
No.
No? Why are you holding the carrot weird? Can you hold it like how you should be cutting it? Yes. There we go. This is a carrot we picked up from the farm this week. I mean, they can't see it, so it's okay. If you're happy with your own knife, I guess that's all that really matters, right? Welcome in, CJ Dewey. I'm glad you can join us today. You got a gifted subby. He's happy with that one. Okay. Salad, peaches, tomato, greens, radish, basil, our honey balsamic vin. We'll make a little dressing of sorts. And then maybe a little bit of fresh chili from outside, sliced up. Not too much. We don't want to overspice it, but we'll play with like the sweetness and stuff. And then obviously we can't forget the burrata. We maybe have to talk about burrata because I feel like most people have not had this in their life. When I say burrata cheese, who is aware of what this is? Don't worry, I have a little thing up so that we can already learn what it is together. I was ready. So I got this from work. I don't know how much it costs. I asked Chef to pay for it, but he wouldn't let us. He basically gave this to us because we always drive people home from work all the time. So this is his way of like paying us back and saying thanks. You can't really see it, but this is a ball of cheese inside of there. We'll open it up later. We can't open it up early because it is a very special thing. Burrata. Burrata. I guess it's not burrata. Burrata. Haven't had it that you recall, but you do know what it is. I love that. So it's a style of mozzarella cheese. Beer miata? No. So this one, not imported from Italy, but traditionally this is made in Italy. This one's just made here locally. I'll have to look back on the container at work from exactly where it was made. Okanagan Cheese Company, something like that. Cat's Kitchen cooks with it a lot, really. For loaded fries, that's interesting because it's such like a wet cheese. I would feel like it maybe would make the fries soggy, but to each their own. She might have a special way of making it that it's really good altogether. Burrata is an Italian cow's milk, occasionally made from buffalo milk, but doesn't have to be, made from mozzarella cheese and cream. So the outer casing is cheese, very, very thin though. Like for example, the last ball at work that I was plating yesterday, I went to pick it up out of the brine because it always comes in a brine so it doesn't go bad. And like the bottom fell out. I was like, oh my God. So I like saved it, split it in half for the order. All good. But yes, it is very delicate. So the outer casing's cheese, the inside contains stracciatella, which is produced from buffalo milk. Interesting. And that's a very soft version of mozzarella, like almost spreadable. This one's a bit different, I will say that. So like every cheesemaker has their own way of doing things, just like chefs, any other trades, right? So the way that they make this one, they cut the curds quite large, like more like that, whereas stracciatella is more like a spreadable thing, like I said. And it says it's a specialty of the Puglia region of Italy. So if I say the boot, it's the heel part that comes out. So it's like almost all coastal. The southeastern coast. This cheese has origins dating back to about 1900. Sam's playing on TikTok right now. Sam's playing on TikTok. He got outed on himself. I've never made burrata before, guys, or burrata, but I have made a matzo ball. So it would be about the same, right? So you're going to stretch your cheese so that you can put that stuff inside, and then you just twist it up and it goes into the brine. Pretty simple, but I think it's totally an art too. So we'll get more into that later when we actually plate it. We gotta wait the whole stream, almost. Put in the carrot back here that Samo left for us. I think that's it for our list. Let's get started. Let's have a fun day. Ask any questions, guys, if you have them as we go along, but I'll try to explain everything the best that I can. Stracciatella means little rags in English. That would make sense. Because it's like little strands of matzah, right? Like it's so delicate. This is what? They have wonky burrata down there in Australia. Oh yeah, maybe Pell, that she can use it. It's forbidden to eat dingo. How do you know this, Annie? Okay, so lastly, before we start, I didn't post this yet, but I did find a pretty similar recipe to what we're doing today for our salad. I was thinking about getting prosciutto to add to the salad with the peach and burrata, but since we have the pork chops, we're good. Grilled pork will be delicious with that. Didn't need the rest of the salty pork on the side. How do they milk buffaloes? The same way that they would milk a cow. Hello, Cookie. Welcome in to a hilarious time as always. And hello, Yuri, as well. Okay, let's get started. We're dividing up some bread first thing. Yes, we will probably have some fresh bread with our meal later. Then we'll get a beef stock on for our stream tomorrow, and we'll get into what we're actually doing today. If you guys want to see the knife, just ask. Oh, it disconnected. Sam has disconnected himself. Don't ask if you want to see the knife. You can't. I lied. That is my knife. Oh, you're dunny. Oh, he's already dunny. I should change the thing then. So sometimes he does this thing where he just does the stuff ahead of time. I'll change the title.
We have more than 3 because we don't have more than 3 to do.
Okay. Don't even ask. We got Aspinator in here with us. Bob, are you trying to start shit right now? What did the burrata say at the party? I'm just here to spread good vibes. See, that's what I mean. It's like spreadable. Okay, switching over to the cutting board and away we go. We'll get our big baking board out to divide the bread. I also like to put these, our baking pans, onto a sheet pan. It's just so much easier to get them into the oven all at the same time. And we'll need a bench scraper. Who in chat has made fresh bread before? Thank you, Sam. The Sam services. And then you know what else I usually do? You can do butter or do a little bit of non-stick spray in here just to help it from sticking when we bake it. Annie's made bread. Hardly toasted, has not, but that's okay. It's never too late to try something new. Yes, yeah, you do more of like a crusty style bread, where this is more like a soft, supple sandwich, squishy bread. Non-sticks, that counts. Bob is on his einkorn roll, and it was wonderful. So that is what is also in this bread today, and how I feed my starter. So she's already been fed this afternoon so that we can make our buns tomorrow on stream. But there's einkorn that goes into here. Maybe that's why it's so delicious. What's up, Sammy? He's out of here. What's the hydration percent and type of flour for the bread? I have no idea what the hydration is. That's a great question. But if I pull it up in our Discord channel, I'll give you the link in chat here. And I use a mixture of all-purpose flour and einkorn, whole wheat organic. There it is. Oops. Quick breads still count? Of course they do. So also the way that I make this bread, I like cut the yeast amount in half because my starter is really active and I would way rather have the natural yeast to help my bread rise than the manufactured version. Okay, a little spray. Oh God, almost dropped the can. What would happen if you dropped one of these cans on the ground? She goes like whole grain. See, I don't go full whole grain. I do I did 6 cups of all-purpose and then just 1 full cup of the whole wheat. Yeah, where I live for that recipe, I double it. I can drop an entire cup of flour from it. Otherwise, it gets way too dense. But we basically live in the desert now. So that would make sense. I'm just gonna put this to the side now. I have a fan going in here to get some airflow in because it is so hot outside. And well, we are gonna have the oven on. Your gluten-free breads are 95% hydration. Whoa. What's that?
Your other fan.
Why? Just because of that? There's a fan that we have that just like goes onto the camera above the cutting board so it doesn't get too warm where it is. Yeah, that is so high. Oh yeah, I guess someone's gonna push some of the hot air out. So there's this. This is a bit more than doubled in size. That's why I'm trying to get it divided ASAP. We might need a bit of flour. Sometimes I can get away with not even using any flour to divide this. Let's get it out of the bowl though. I don't even know how many loaves of bread I've made since I started at work. I was just thinking about that. Lately, I've been making a double batch of bread, like almost every day at work. So I make 4 like massive pans of focaccia. Shake it out. Look at the gluten. Nice. Yeah, here you thought the Canadian desert was the far north. You learn something new every day. Okay, all cleared out. And now, how sticky is this? Maybe we'll do just a touch of flour. I'll be back in a moment. See how it's sticking a bit? That'll help us. What are you saying, Pell? You've made the brown and serve rolls. Does that count? Is that like the pre-made buns that you just bake? I think that counts. It's a lot of bread. This is going to be 3 loaves. And then usually we leave 1 out and then 2 go into the freezer. And then we just take them out when we want to eat them. The Okanagan tundra. It's not. We're so far south. We're like basically on the border, you nutters. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up. Maybe spread this out a bit. You don't want too much flour though, because then it doesn't want to stick to itself. Hi Melissa, how are you doing? Welcome on in. We're just kind of getting started. We had a long intro because we didn't stream for a couple of weeks, but we're back. So now we want to press out all of the air. Sam's gonna get the beef stock on for us. Cross it off of the list. I think this one is good here. Just the silver one. We're gonna press out all the air before we divide it. You'll be surprised how much air gets stuck in here.
Backpack on the floor, backpack still.
And then I try to keep the edges nice and even. If you need to, stretch it out. That looks pretty good. And then we're just gonna cut that into 3. This dough is beautiful. I mix it for 12 minutes in the incarcerum. If you're not sure where to cut the dough, you can always just make a little mark and then commit afterwards. I'm gonna go a little bit more to the edge with those. Like that. And then we're just gonna roll them up and then they get plopped into there. This is like seriously the easiest bread to make in my mind. It's pretty foolproof. The only thing you gotta watch for is that you don't get too much air trapped in at this point, because then you'll end up with what's called a tunnel through the bread, is you'll have the holy bread. When you go to slice it and there's just a big hole through the middle, that's why I said it's really important to get all of the air bubbles out at this step. And I try to keep it really nice and tight. And you'll be able to tell you're doing a good job because it goes nice and smooth too. Go a bit closer so you can see as we go along here. And just kind of press and then fold in the edges as I go. But you don't have to be like super fancy about how you do this. I've seen like so many farmers just like literally roll it 5 times quicker than I just did. Throw it in the pan and call it a day. And now just give that a press down into there. Don't worry, it'll rise back up. And that's it. There's your close-up of the dough. So you can see the little bit of whole wheat flex in there. But you can also see that the dough is nice and stretchy, even with the whole wheat flour being used. So now we'll press and roll this one. Do the same thing again. You guys, what are you talking about, Tillamook? So I went to go look at my passport stuff the other day, guys, and I have a little bit of work to do. I have to unless we drive back to Edmonton, I have to request a new marriage certificate as well as a new birth certificate from another province. Just to be able to change my name on the passport from when we were married. I thought I could just renew it with a different name, but I literally have to apply for a whole new passport, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. I'm gonna get it started this week and see where we end up. So just a warning to anyone that gets married, maybe think about if you want to change your name or not, because it is a bit of a hassle for some stuff, especially if you like to travel. No, straight up. That's why a lot of people don't do that anymore. Sam's just laughing in the background. Did we watch the last season of Top Chef USA when they were in Canada? No. I didn't even know that was a thing. Was that very recent? I don't watch any cable TV, so unless you guys tell me stuff or other people mention things, I don't know what goes on that part of TV. We're mostly just YouTubers with occasional movies and such. That looks pretty good. I don't know about that little hole there. Tucking that under. And these aren't massive loaf pans either. These are the smaller version of bread pans, which is why I divided into 3 instead of just 2. So let's get the flour back in the bin. And then we'll cover these just with a clean tea towel while they proof so we don't get a hard crust on top. And then they'll go into the oven in about 30 minutes. This should fit. Done. Just put that on that pan. And then I'll set a 20-minute timer just to keep our eye on it. And then the last 10 minutes, we'll let the oven heat up. Just going to get rid of the board. Wash my hands. And now we're getting into some salad stuff, guys. That's how easy that was, because Sam already has the stock on the stove. Yeah, Yuri, I'm glad you appreciate that. I've gotten pretty strict about how I make my doughs through the years. And like, I'm not a professional baker by any means, but I've definitely learned a lot working with different doughs and stuff like that. You learn that in Calgary, cowboys don't say yeehaw, they say yahoo. I could honestly see that. Why? I don't know. Cookie, you love peach season. Oh, the other day we got peaches from the farm where we're using like most of the produce today, Plot Twist Farms. And Chef was like talking about them all week, being like, these are the best peaches you'll ever taste. So when they came in the other day, he just like comes online. I was already cooking lunch for people. And he's like, take a bite of this. It was like huge, like fit in my hand like this, like a softball almost. I go to bite it and it just juices apart. Like in my hand, I had to like have a puddle of juice and like walk over to the garbage can. I was like, holy shit, that's a juicer. Be back in a sec. There's no room in this kitchen for that board. Juice the peaches. What's the goal? Green stalk or green stalk or green stalk? So a green stalk garden is a vertical planter that you can get. It's self-watering as well and like turns. Very, very handy for people that like don't have good soil or like live in really dry places. I thought we would try it out. But it's a long-term goal. We'll get there. Hi, Big Chungus. Good morning. It's been a while since last time you were here. It was a while since last time I was also here. So welcome back. Grilled peach? What the F? Why are you swearing? It's literally just peaches. Relax, please. So we got some fresh peaches here. From our friend's farm, Ojala Farm Market in Oliver. If you guys ever stop by. They're small, but packed full of flavor. Like this is probably half the size of the peach I was describing tasting at work. They're also freestone, so even when they're like maybe a little underripe, you can still get the pit out. Whereas the one at work that I was talking about that juiced in my hand, so I tried to like twist it apart after service to finish munching on it. You couldn't do it. Impossible. So that was not a freestone, which is not actually ideal when you're in a kitchen because you want to be able to use all of the fruit up, right? Rather than trying to like somehow get all of the pulp off of the stone with a spoon or something. But yeah, we'll grill these up later. Dress them with a little bit of oil and some seasoning. And then you guys saw the other one in here that's not quite ripe, but just started coming off of the tree is the donut peach. We will not use that one today though. Right, Big Chungus? Grilled peach sounds good with vanilla ice cream, possibly a drizzle of caramel. You could go sweet or savory with the grilled peaches. Gluten-free peach cobbler might be your favorite dessert. It's easy to make cobbler gluten-free too, hey? Just a 1-to-1 gluten-free flour mix. The donut is a weird shape. Yeah, so when these are fully ripe, our friend was telling us that the pit is just in the center there, and you should be able to just pop it out. And that's why they call it a donut peach, because you'll like see through where the pit was. You have a minion to make your crumble. What is with these people? Thanks, Annie. Thanks for being here. Okay. I'm going to cross off some things from the list. Divide the dough. We're waiting 30 minutes. There's only like 16 left or so. Beef stock is on. It's on medium heat in the pot. It's already starting to bubble a bit. No wonder it's a new account. They're just going around today. They're on one. Ever have a Babcock peach? No? What is that? Do I need to Google it? I'm Googling it. Whoa. Oh, a white peach, then. I have had a white peach fresh. Those taste like flowers. White peaches are so floral. I mean, the donut peaches can also be orange or white. But yes, I have had that before. Yeah, the blossoms are even pink on the tree. So nice. Okay, now that we're getting into this salad, let's read through a bit of the recipe that I linked, see what they tell us today. So they say a show-stopping summer salad. This grilled peach and burrata salad with peppery arugula. So I opted no arugula. I don't love it, but rather radish for that little peppery and crunch. They did ribbons of prosciutto, but we're gonna do grilled pork chop. They say it can be enjoyed as a light meal or even as a side to grilled chicken or fish. It's juicy, salty, creamy, sweet, and a huge crowd pleaser that comes together in minutes. It's gonna be pretty quick, I will say that. You've had those same peaches too, Big Chungus? Yeah, very flavorful, right? Not like the just like typical Freestones. You're missing the Niagara fruit. So that's the other fruit basket that CJ Dewey's talking about of Canada. Paloozer can go pick peaches out of the backyard right now. I'm jealous. Okay. Keep reading through here. They also say you can make this salad without grilling the peaches. If you don't want to go through that effort, it would be easier and quicker that way too. But they say the best peaches for grilling are the ones that are perfectly ripe, just been picked, and don't need a few days to soften. These ones we got a few days ago, and now they are perfectly ripe, so you know how to choose your fruit, I'm sure. I don't honestly want too ripe of a peach, because if it's too soft, you're going to start to lose those juices and the flavor when you go to grill it and it heats up. So you don't want it too juicy, but you also don't want it underripe and hard, because then you're not going to get the flavor you want. But the softer peach means that the sugars are going to caramelize over the grill, and that's what's going to turn it to more of a savory flavor. Definitely want to oil the peaches, guys, when we go to grill them. That'll help it from sticking, and then just a little bit of seasoning too. if you're going to be turning it into a savory thing. What's the point of having a grill if you can't grill the fruit, right? We grill all things here. Eric, how are you doing? Thank you very much for the 64 months in a row. I'm going to use one of my little chilies today in the salad. Slice it on up. They're turning red. I'll show you guys the pepper plants when we go out to the grill. This is what they say. Our favorite way to enjoy burrata is to cut the outer shell open, drizzle the creamy inside with olive oil and a flaky salt. So that's how I dress it at work, and as well as a little bit of black pepper. They say serve the burrata alongside crusty grilled bread. Ooh, maybe we can grill some of the fresh bread. That would be an interesting flavor too. Dip it. You can serve the cheese in vegetable and fruit salads as a topping for pizza. I've seen that one where they put the ball of cheese in the middle of the pizza and then open it up. Whoa. Haven't eaten it though, and even stirred into pasta dishes. Okay. Yeah, Mish would be so mad right now. Creamy inside. Yesterday, one of our coworkers was making like they call it spinach creamed spinach. So it's just like this green spinach that we quenelle for salmon. But you have to blanch and squeeze all the spinach out, right, before you blend it. So we had like just these balls of spinach all piled up. And I just like walked by and pointed, balls. Why is that a thing for people? And like Sean acknowledged, he's like, yes, balls. Why are we like this? Don't ask. Okay, they say preheat the grill to medium-high heat, oil the grates, cut the peaches in half, remove the pit, brush the side with oil, and season it. It'll take about 3 to 4 minutes on the grill or until you're happy with the char marks on it. What do we want to plate this salad in? I think it will be very nice if we do like a big kind of family style version for this. This plate could work. Serve it off of this. So if you didn't click on the recipe yet, the cheese is going to go in the middle and everything else around it. Definitely want a rim on your plate too. It's going to get saucy and juicy. That's sorted. Right, Bob? It's always balls. Okay, time to start prepping all our veggies, guys. We'll wait for the timer for the bread. I'll get everything out. How many peaches should we grill? Just 2? Thinking 2. And then we'll slice them up. Maybe we could do 3. You can always get more peaches. We'll grill 3 peaches. Get our radish. I'll leave the greens in there because I already have some washed. Can I open this? But this is how they come. Also, these are our radishes. Plot Twist Farms, spray-free and biodynamic. That was a $5 bag. And then to bring the peaches out to the grill, maybe just a little plate. Thanks, Cookie. And we don't need all of this either because we're just gonna shave it really thin, maybe even on the mandolin. We'll do like 2 of these smaller ones. I don't know if anyone's ever roasted radishes before, but we roasted the other part of this bag the other day with carrots. So good. Garlic and basil. That's all you need. How long does it take for our peaches to ripen? Well, I guess it all depends on who's picking them and where they're coming from. Because we've had some that you can just eat right away from the farm. Or like these ones, I thought they were better a couple days after we got them. Didn't know you could roast plastic. You can roast anything if you wanted to, Annie. You thought they were beets? I do have some fresh beets in the fridge from the farm too. Let's wash all this stuff up though before we start prepping it. You can't beat it. Melissa says, have you made watermelon mint feta salad before? Yes, I have. And I love that salad. It's so refreshing in the summer. Yeah, with the balsamic on it too. Even that one's really good with prosciutto. Beets by Kate. She might drop the beat. Yeah, are you trying to summon me? Guys, you're gonna love looking at my beets. I have them wrapped up right now so the greens don't get too wilty in the fridge, but look. This whole bunch was $5 today from the farm. Like, they're huge. They're like the size of my head. These are our beets. I said, yeah, I'm ready for some of those because we use basically all of this produce at work. So we know it tastes good already. We cut our peaches more fancy at work. Like, we don't twist it off of the pit. We just do like a straight cut. So it's completely flat on the grill. But I'm not going to waste any part of this today. So we're just going to cut it in half and open it up that way. But that's how we get the dressing, is all of the like offcuts from the peach that we don't use for plating. That's what we turn into the dressing after it's cooked. But at least we do use every part of it. Yes, yeah, that's so true, Eric. Beets take a surprisingly long time to roast, but they're worth the wait. I'd probably cut some of those bigger ones in half to roast. And then I usually like to roast the beets in foil. A little foil packet so they steam at the same time. And that seems to really help it go quicker. Beet salad with feta? Yes, you guys. You know the drill. Okay, so that is literally it for that. And they do say to grill this cut side first, just to get the grill marks on them. I don't think we'll season them and oil it until we go out to the grill, but we can get the tongs ready. And then we'll also have to put the pork chops onto a pan or plate to take out and grill with these. So it'll probably be pork chops cooking first, and then peaches to finish. Wipe up some of that water. Your first hot sauce you made was with roasted beets. Beats me. You sent us that one. I don't know if we still have it, though. You can choose to leave the tops on the radish or not, guys. I think I'll leave a little bit on if we can, just because it looks nice when we slice it. Get a little container to put this in. Hello, Crimson. Welcome in. I feel like it's been a while. And thank you, Cookie, for gifting the sub to Crimson Orion. How are we seasoning the pork chops? Just salt and pepper because they're already marinated in Thai stuff from the butcher shop. Think like sliced shallots, kaffir lime leaf, cilantro, coriander, and pink peppercorn. We're gonna try to shave this or slice it as thin as possible. If you don't feel comfortable, you can use a mandolin. But since Samo cut our knife, or sharpened our knife, we can really get some nice cuts here. That's gonna make my life so much easier at work too. Look at how nice that looks when you keep the top part on. The radishes aren't dried out. That's our timer for the bread, by the way. That means we can turn the oven on, and the bread's probably risen a bit. I usually stop when it starts to get too scary to slice the end and just eat this. Let's check if our bread's even risen enough to go in the oven, though. It might take a bit longer than we thought. Like, see, they're just starting to come up. We want it to be even with the top of the pan. Actually, maybe if we do turn on the oven, wait another 10 minutes, we will be good. Let's do it. So we want 375 Fahrenheit. Some days at work, Bob, with the timer. So I just use a timer on my phone. We don't have like universal timers or little like personal timers in the kitchen. Some days I'm like, please stop. But like we have to set it for the things in the oven. Can't handle listening to it anymore. Make it stop. Okay, let's slice this other one. Wait, this knife? Look at my tip. It doesn't exist anymore either. That's a problem. I don't know what I did either, but Sam fixed it enough so it's not like sharp anymore. This is also the second time that this has happened. This happened before when we still lived on the island. But it shouldn't cost too much to get it fixed if you bring it to somebody. It'd probably be like $30. And it would look brand new. Like the way that they fix it, much nicer than this, is they will get it to a complete point again. I just got this so it doesn't keep getting hooked on stuff until I choose to get it fixed professionally. But yeah, other than that, love this knife. He needs to fix it. He can't fix that. I have to bring it to someone with a grinder. And they'll actually like grind the metal down and get the proper shape back onto the blade. That one's above his pay grade, unfortunately. Eric, you're gonna attempt it? Okay, I'm gonna go get some of the purified water. Just pour a little bit of cold water in with the shaved radishes after you slice them, and it'll keep it more crisp. I didn't want to pour the water from the sink because it's gross. If they can't fix it, at least they'll give you good pointers. No. Too bad you can't travel carry-on with your kitchen knives. Yeah, they wouldn't like that. But I have brought knives through checked bags, and that is okay. It is very smart, though, to let the airline attendants know that you have knives in your checked bags. I have gotten questioned before. Like, why do you have these? Why didn't you tell anyone about this? Stuff like that. Okay, next thing that I think I'll actually pick and put into the water with this is the basil. I just have it here in the arrow garden beside. Pick a couple leaves. Keep them fresh there. We got some big ones and small ones. Dun, 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 dun. That should be happy. Where are we at? Radish, basil. I guess the peaches are basically done. Same with the greens. Maybe I should take a peek at these pre-washed greens that we have, just to make sure they are viable. Yes. Those are a-okay. Still good to go. That's another thing I love about the lettuce from the farm, is it doesn't go bad in like 3 days. Thank you, Cookie, for the 1 bit for Meeshers. She will be with us tomorrow. Okay, greens is knocked off of the list. Just tomato next. And then our honey balsamic dressing and a little bit of chili. How do we want to cut up this tomato? Probably just wedges. We'll also wash it up. She's very right, though. I totally notice it, Melissa. Like, there was a while there where we didn't get the farm greens at work because they just weren't ready for the season. So we're getting in the ones from, like, Cisco. The Cisco ones would turn brown in 2 days. The farm ones, then when we would wash it, would last, like, 7 or longer. I was like, what the heck? Very nice mater. I forget what this one is called. Is it a Kumado? We gotta look it up, but it is an heirloom variety. Do I want to try and get this out? Yes. Before we slice it up. Nice. It's a cool tomato. And he's loving it. Okay. Slice it in half. Holy. Look at how red it is inside. And then, like, the seeds and the pulp is green. Very juicy indeed. So now we're just going to do nice wedges of it. Lisa Ramlow is raiding with a party of 13. Hurry! Hide the food! Hide the snacks! Hello, Lisa, and welcome in to our kitchen today. How was your stream, and what did you get up to? And thank you very much for sharing your community here with us. We are cooking up some simple and delicious summery food. So thank you for joining us. Hello, Rusty Birder. How did you find us even? I love to ask people that. And also, if you're new here, never been here before, hi, I'm Kate. I've been cooking on Twitch since 2018. I am a professional chef with like 14 years of experience cooking in restaurants now. And this is what I do on my days off when I'm not cooking in the kitchen professionally. You're a wood turner and you're working on holiday stuff? That's super cool. Like with a lathe? My grandpa did a lot of woodworking, as well as my dad and my brother. So that is definitely a family thing. How fun. I'm definitely going to give you a follow. Thanks for bringing your crew here. Hopefully I can catch you when you're live. And if you want to know where I work or what I do, my husband is also a chef alongside me. He was just sharpening knives for us at the beginning of our stream so that everything's in tip-top shape for work. Yeah, right, Bob? Instant follow. Wood turner. So fun. So right now we are slicing up tomato for our salad. We are about to get some sourdough discard sandwich bread into the oven as well. And then we'll head out right away to light the grill. We're going to be using a big green egg today and cooking over charcoal for the peaches and the pork. Chocolate strip tomato. Last time I did this, I just asked AI, Melissa, and they told me what it was. What if I do this so I can like see this side more? Is it too early to start making fruitcake? I don't think there's any rules like that, Amp. That's the wonderful part of being an adult, is you can make those decisions for yourself. If you need fruitcake in your life, you should make it. Basically, Bob. That's how I found out the other tomato I posted in Discord was an ox heart. Sam was snoring in the room. He's having a quick napperoonie. He was my chauffeur, though, this morning for many hours, so it's well-deserved nap. Hey, I asked, what is this tomato? It says a black crim. I'll write it in chat. This is what the outside looks like. Oh, gosh. Almost removed the camera. It's a deep reddish purple to brown with green shoulders. Rich, dark red flesh with a greenish gel, which is what I said. Like around the seeds and stuff. And a meaty texture. So that'll be really nice in the salad then today. These tomatoes are known for their bold, smoky, sweet flavor with a slight saltiness. That's gonna go so delicious in this. It originates from Crimea. Where's Crimea? Crimea? I don't know how to say that. Okay, I'm gonna keep slicing. It slices so nice. Like, as much as it's juicy, nothing is really coming out of it onto the board. And for all of our newcomers as well here, I'm sorry, I forgot to post this, but we always have a recipe to follow along with. And if you do use Discord, definitely join our Discord channel. There's recipes from 2018 in there, like everything that we've cooked on stream over the years. You're not a fan of fresh tomatoes, but maybe you would like heirloom. That is typically the case with heirloom tomatoes. Like you can see they're not too seedy. They're very fleshy. And they don't have that like weird pulpy sort of gritty texture that I find that store-bought tomatoes or like manufactured tomatoes have. Okay, that's our oven saying it's ready for the bread. But is the bread ready for the oven? Yeah, I did gluten-free stuff for what, guys? Like maybe 8-ish months. I had a bit of a gluten intolerance there. But now I'm back on it, just more of like a sourdough baking. So that's how I'm able to easily digest. And it's been going good so far. Those need a couple more minutes. So I'm going to set like 5 more minute timer. They are in a nice warm spot, so they shouldn't take too much longer to proof. I'm not going to stack the tomatoes in here. I'm going to go more of a flat container so we don't get them all messed up. So Crimea is a peninsula in Europe on the Nalk Sea below Ukraine and Russia. How interesting. Thanks for looking that up, Melissa. So we're just getting all of the ingredients assembled for this salad. And then once the peaches are grilled later, then we can get everything together onto the plate. And make it look really nice and pretty, and then taste it all together. We're making gluten-free friends in chat. There's quite a few people in my community that are gluten-free. So welcome in. Okay, tomato, check. Next one, a honey balsamic sort of dressing. I'm gonna put the tomato in the fridge. This thing has not hit the fridge yet. I don't know if you guys are really strict like that at home, but tomatoes should never go in the fridge from the farm. It'll help preserve the flavor a lot more. Okay, we got our balsamic. We have some honey. And I think we'll just like drizzle the olive oil over everything later, like more of a loose dressing, not a vinaigrette that's tossed together. Let's bring that here. But I do want to mix these so it's more like a syrup of sorts. We're not going to reduce the balsamic though. It's not going to be a reduction. Yeah, that's the crazy part, Annie, is that you used to brew beer for 30 years and now you're gluten-free? What? Cookie, thank you very much, gifting the sub to Lisa Ramlow. I hope I said that right. Welcome in. And I definitely gave you a follow, so hopefully I can check out a stream, or I'll go check out a VOD after my stream today. Okay, let's mix this up. Small container. I'm just gonna pour some balsamic in, pour some honey, and then whisk it together. Loose dressing. I don't know how much of this to make. Maybe like that. Start with a couple tablespoons. Then we'll squeeze some honey. You can also just like buy a balsamic syrup now in the store, most places. That would taste good too because it's sweeter than just the vinegar. I try to do like equal parts here so it's not too sweet. Whip it on up. A Michael resub as well for 19 months? Thank you very much, dude. I remember still when you were at like the 2-month mark. That doesn't feel like that long ago though. Yeah, Costco has that one. I've used it before. It's good. Wow, that stirred together no problem. Let's give it a taste and see if we're happy with this. Don't get rid of the whisk just yet. You going to walk your doggo? Amazing. Okay. It's still pretty acidic. Like the balsamic still overtakes the honey. So I'm going to do just a little bit more of this. Mix it up again, and that should be good. Doctor it up. Sometimes when we make sauces or dressings, it takes like 3 or 4 times of tasting it until you're happy with the flavor. I'm gonna use the back of that spoon now. Now you get a bit of the floral first from the honey, and then it goes acidic from the balsamic. That's what I want. Not just like straight acid in your face. Bonk's here? Hi, Bonk. Sorry, I cut off your subby alert. Chilling with my homies. Thank you for the 67 months in a row. You also kicked off a hype train. So I grabbed this and say, it's kind of dusty, by the way, after 2 weeks. Choo choo to you. Okay, these 2 things can go. I think we're gonna go start the grill soon, but I have to set Sam's phone back up because he unhooked it from when he was doing the knife sharpening. So now I gotta plug it back in and set it up. Before we do that though, first we're gonna get the pork chops onto a tray for the grill. Get all set up, and then we'll go light the grill. Because it doesn't take very long to get it heated up, like 10-15 minutes. You get honey from the Similkameen Valley. Yum. I have to find someone with bees here. I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard. I didn't mean to do that. Bonk, you've just been working. That's okay. So have we. But we did get a good schedule change where Sam and I have Monday and Tuesdays off together. So we enjoyed that last week. And now we're back this week. I'm going to do a sheet pan. And then how I like to do this for the grill is I will put a sheet of foil on the pan first, put the raw meat on that. Then when the raw stuff goes on the grill, get rid of the foil, and you got a clean pan to work with and bring stuff inside. Yes, so that is what I use in my bread too, is honey. I try to keep it as natural as possible. Sorry if that was kind of loud. I probably could find the same honey. You're right. Palooza, yeah, literally overrated. My life goal is to not work anymore. Maybe one day I'll get there. You're going back to school again soon? I hope it all goes good. What the heck? Why did my chat just say welcome to the chat room? Did stream just like die for a sec? I'm gonna try to open this without it getting too juicy everywhere. Welcome in. Welcome to the chat room. I've been here the whole time. So these pork chops are cut from like the shoulder, or pork butt, I guess some people know it as. So boneless pork shoulder chops cut more from like the collar area, I would say. So it's got that nice little kind of marbling, the fatty nuggets in between all of the meat. They grill up very, very nice. And yeah, I think we'll just do a salt and pepper. Good to go. So 4 of those for $20. I can't complain. Twitch chat's been wonky today, Alex. Okay. So it's not just me. It's not me, it's them this time for once. That's the pork chops up close. You can see the coriander, the lime leaf, cilantro, sliced shallots. Let's give them a season. Right, Bob? Why is the pork shoulder also called the pork butt? Who made these rules? Holy Annie. That's a story about your sister. Yep, nice fatty chops, Bonk. From our favorite butcher shop, Black Sage Butcher in Oliver. We literally have to like race here after work. On only 2 days, they're open late enough until 5:30, and like we finish work at 5, right? Like the days that we're like running in there at like 5:20. It's like, we made it! Oh my gosh, you didn't close yet. I can get dinner. Okay, those are nicely seasoned now, ready to go. This is all of our stuff going out to the grill. Maybe even this is where we will oil and season up the peaches now too. And then everything is good to go. Alex. Fatty Chops was your nickname in high school, Bob? Okay, we got the olive oil here. I think that's all I want to use. Just a little bit. I'm going to put my finger on the nozzle. You don't want it too oily because then the grill will flare up and make it taste like gassy, kind of. Not ideal. Let's just say that. So now we can just give it a little massage. Get in all the crevices. We don't want this to stick to the grill at all, right? So this is a pretty important part. Because if it sticks, then the flesh is just going to tear. That would be sad. They're glistening. Funk. They're too small for a massage like that. Little seasoning. And then I'll go get Samo's phone wherever he put it and get the outdoor camera set up again. Whistle Pig is a rye whiskey. I have heard of this brand. Before I leave, I just looked back. I think the bread's gonna go in the oven now. This is where we're at. You can also see it's like just at the rim now of the pan. You can choose, like sometimes I've poked a fork in it to let some of the steam out before you bake it. Maybe we'll do that. And that way it won't try to explode out the side. Do like 6 fork pokes. Boom. She's going in. We're going in. Let's go like middle oven wrap rather than top. And then I'll just spread those out. And we will set, I think, a 20-minute timer. Good to go. You have a 12-year Whistle Pig sitting on the shelf, but it's pricey for what it is. Interesting. Nice bunk. 99 bucks a case. I put some wine in the fridge for us today too. Me too, Eric. Yeah, we didn't even pack any of our alcohol to bring here. So all we've had is like what we've bought. But yeah, I thought a rosé with the pork and the salad today would be really good. So Upper Bench Winery is also a creamery. I posted a photo in Discord when we went to go check that place out. We bought a couple bottles of wine from there. 2023 vintage is this one. Interesting. Pinot Noir and Gamay for the grapes. They were picked. It even says the date it was picked. So what's 9? September? Yeah. September 19th and September 24th. Cool. So we'll open that up later. You've been drinking fancy lagers, never got into wine. I mean, we're trying to get into wine here now. But Sam did buy a case of sour beers the other day, and those are tasty. A boxed 14-year-old, how do you say that? Glenmorangie? I don't know that brand, how to say that brand, but I've seen it before. That's crazy, guys. There was something off with the bottling process, so it came out sweeter than usual. That's not a bad thing. I would probably enjoy that. Okay, let me go hunt down the things that I need back here. I found the tripod. Where's the phone? I found the phone, but will it connect? We have 52% battery to use for Samo's phone. Okay, looks like it connected, no problem. I gotta wipe the lens. And then we're heading out to start the grill. Okay, I'm bringing the camera outside, guys. Pretty low down, so I gotta raise some of these feet up on the tripod. Actually see what I'm grilling. That looks like a pretty dang good setup. Now let's see if everything is connected in OBS. Doesn't really feel like 36 degrees out right now. Pretty nice and cool in the shade back there. Oh my gosh, there's a Scooter Beach in here? Hello, Scoops. How have you been? Good to see you. I'm here. I'm back. It's hot there. Yeah, it's like 98F right now. Okay, did this auto connect? Holy shit, it did. Things are happening, people. Okay, I'm gonna get my bench set up, my little stool with the MacBook so I can see chat. And then we're gonna get out there and get the grill lit. I'm doing good, Scooter. We took a break last week because we went on a fun train ride on Monday. We got an extra bonus day off together. And then now this week, Chef's just giving us 2 days off again together. So things are looking up here. We also pretty much got confirmation that we'll be staying here now for next season. So I had a chat the other day with Chef and was like, I just want to like clear some stuff up so I don't feel anxious about what's going to happen at the end of season. So in the next few weeks, we'll be talking about what's going to happen going forward come October. Okay, you guys are set up. I guess I don't need anything else. Just leave y'all in there. Yeah, it's a beauty day today. I was at the beach at 9 a.m. first thing. Let's open this baby up. Okay, so we'll mix the charcoal around, see what kind of ash comes through. Hopefully I don't have to clean up too much for the airflow. Load up some extra charcoal and get it lit. I'm gonna bring that a bit closer now. Yes, I think what happened, Bonk, is they actually thought we weren't gonna stay with some of the things that happened like last month at work. Wasn't the best, but we said we want to stay and work the next season. So the plan is that, yeah, we're gonna be opening up Wild Goose, mostly working here next year, and then just doing a couple of days at the restaurant to like help them and prep with stuff. I said that is exactly what I want to do. Laurence, hello, welcome in, and thank you for the 47 months in a row. She's not really here, but she's sending love, and we'll send it back. Okay, I'm gonna keep that glove on, or maybe I can just pour the charcoal in. Shake the bag to make sure there's no animals in it. I'm like paranoid from the pigeons nesting in the charcoal bag before. I think that's good. Okay, now you guys know what time it is. Get the Luft later. Start the fire. The super-powered hair dryer. We really filled it up. And yeah, we might have some hummingbirdies come up. Some of them are brave enough to come while we're out here grilling, but the other ones are so cute. They'll just like sit on the fence across here and wait. You just grilled some local butcher hot dogs with spicy mayo, jalapeno, mustard, and potato sticks. Scooter, that sounds delicious. Could you really tell a difference of flavor from the butcher shop hot dog to what is like a brand? I mean, here I think it's Maple Leaf. They make hot dogs. I'm just used to the Costco ones, Sam will guess, honestly. Yeah, the hummin' boobalas are friends, not food. This is getting a little crazy. I'm backing up. You've had the hummingbirds land on your hand. I hope we can get to that point. The sparks are getting me, guys. I see a hummingbird waiting on the fence. The black face one. That's a new one to us. Moving here, I've never seen that one before. The other thing that's been really bad here lately is the wasps. That looks really good. Okay, let's I'll leave that plugged in just in case I want to use it one more time. But usually from here, I'll like build up the charcoal, kind of how you build up a fire with wood, right? And let that light, and then we can spread it out to get a nice bed of coals. Pile it up. These are all really small pieces. Okay, that's better. We'll do a little more. Hello, how's it going? You have yellow jackets? Yeah, I think we have hornets as well. We also have the wood wasps that are like really long and creepy looking. But the hornets are really aggressive to the point where they'll like chase the hummingbirds away. A squirrel got drunk on the sugar water. That's funny, yeah. A paper wasp? Maybe. Hello. I'm sorry. Didn't you hear the bird just now? He's like, what is going on here? Okay. It smells yummy already. So now we'll leave the food inside until the grill's lit because I don't want to attract the wasps here. I really don't like wasps. I don't mind bees at all, but when wasps fly around me, it's not my favorite thing at all. So I'm going to try to mitigate that from happening. This will take a couple moments to heat up. I'm going to leave it open. It's not too breezy or anything, so should be nice and controlled heat up with the coals there. Luminology, your girlfriend doesn't make hot dogs too often, but when she does, they're Mexican style? I've never heard of that. Refried beans, cotija cheese, bacon, avocado. They're actually really good. And jalapenos. That sounds good. Right, Scooter? Excuse me, this is actually our home. Lumen eats better than anyone. Honestly, that sounds delicious. She surprises you with Mexican versions of what we are used to. That's so cool. Whoa, the hummingbirds are fighting. Maybe they'll come over here and visit. How's their water? Holy shit, we gotta fill that actually. I'll be right back. We'll pour some water into their bird. It's so warm out today, I've been filling them twice a day these past weeks. Smells like fresh bread inside, guys. Delicious. There's only 6 minutes on the timer for it even. That's right, Bob. Eat everything in moderation. We try to follow that, what, a value? It's a life value. They came back. This is one of the braver ones. I also feel like it might be the one that we saved from the other side of the property where it got stuck up in like a patio area. Until the timer goes off, and then we'll give it a swivel around. So the pork chops will go on first, and then we'll finish with the peaches, and then while the pork is resting, we'll build the salad. Let's just check over our list. make sure we're all good. We got the honey balsamic, the burrata is for the end, and then just our fresh sliced chili, which I will bring some scissors out right now and clip a chili off of the plant to show you guys. Also, I wanted to ask other people that have maybe grown more peppers than I have, but when the leaves start to like turn yellow and fall off, is that like an indication to start picking all the chilies off? Like it has enough water and everything. Just the plants are like starting to die almost. But look at my little chili. It's so cute. So we'll slice some of that up. Put it in the salad. They should turn yellow and fall off, so this is right then. Okay, let's see if I can swivel this and show you where they are growing. That's where they are. We'll zoom in a bit. One more. That's how they're looking. But like, look at all the chilies that are poking up. And some of them are starting to turn red. But see how the leaves on the bottom are falling off? I was like, oh no, did I kill them? Did I do something wrong? So they get like perfect morning sun there. Do we need to come closer to the grill now that we're gonna cook soon? Okay, we're locked in. This is getting a little crazy, so I'm gonna spread this out now and just use the grill scraper. And then we're gonna put the grate on. Get these coals mixed up a bit. This is only my second time growing chilies. The last time I grew them, I was on the island. And my friend actually gifted me these plants. Can't say no to free plants. Let's put the grate on, and then we'll burn off the grate. And then probably in like 5 or so minutes, we'll be cooking, guys. This, I'm gonna say, is probably sitting around like 400, 450 Fahrenheit when the thermometer starts to read, now that we closed it. You freaked out the first year too? Actually, I think I remember you talking about that, Eric. I'm glad I'm not alone though. Okay, I'm gonna bring those couple things in and probably come out with the food. I'm just like looking at all the wasps hanging around. Might also take a quick bathroom break before we finish up. And then at some point, we'll wake the bear up from his slumber. Thanks, Bonk. I'm gonna go do that right now. I'll be back in a moment to turn the mic back on. I have returned. We're gonna come back in for a sec because the bread timer just went off. So this should be around the halfway point. I'm gonna give it a swivel. Holy shit. You guys see that in the oven? No, you can't. Here, I'll give you a little peek. They're really rising up to the occasion. What can I say? I think I'm only gonna do 15 more minutes though on that. Should be good to go. You learn the hard way, luminology with her. Also funny, the things she presumes to know about you as a white boy. What? Now I want a chorizo torta. Also, look at the cutting board, the way the light's coming in right now. It's starting to look pretty gorgy in here. Okay. Tongs are with the pork. We got our peaches. We're heading outside. So good. I'll just let the peaches hang out inside while we grill the pork. Try not to draw too much mean wasps to us. Okay, so yeah, we're sitting around 400 Fahrenheit in the grill. Usually around this temp is what I like to grill over the coals. Hello and welcome. People were summoning you the whole stream. You slept a bit too hard. Were you having a pre-stream nap and here you are? I mean, Sam's snoring away inside, so that's just how today's going, really. To the left is just the top of a vineyard. Or sorry, of a winery warehouse, I should say. The vineyard is all there. And then this is our version of the winery side. So this is one winery, this is another one. But we can't see any water from here. We're right in the valley. You had a pre-stream nap, then I usually get really sleepy after I eat stuff. Bob was too boring. Okay, this is getting hot. Let's scrub off the grate. She's smoking. And we'll get the pork on. So we don't want too high of heat, because then the meat will brown. Ah, the wasp is already coming. We gotta get this on. The meat will brown before it's cooked through the middle. Maybe for beef, you could do a higher heat because you eat it more rare than pork. Wow, look at all those pink peppercorns. I find that the shallots and stuff sometimes burn, so at this point, I'll like take some of it off. But it marinated for a couple days altogether. I think that's the important part. Okay, so now this is what I was talking about, is this is your dirty part. Pack up the foil now that the raw meat is off of it. And now we have a clean tray to put the cooked meat on to bring back in, and then we'll just go wash this off real quick. It's 800 degrees there. You guys finally got summer in Denmark. Wow, you hear the popping? I'll be back in a moment, guys. Make sure the pork doesn't go anywhere. And there's even enough room on the grill for us to put the peaches on to finish with the pork. That's fair, Mishas. I'm not using any feta on stream today. But I did use a lot of feta at work this week. We put on an heirloom tomato salad feature with crumbled goat feta, cucumber gel, micro basil, and some other stuff. Yeah, right, Bonk? Watermelon feta. Eat something tasty and stay hydrated at the same time. You guys want a closer view of the grill? Way it's not so dark. Yeah, what are you doing, Mish? You didn't even redeem something with feta. Do you have more points, though? You still have some of it, Melissa? The watermelon salad? Let's have a peek here. I can see this one is, yeah, holy. Getting sizzled over there. Just move it away from that spot where the flame's coming up. You can do a flip. Can I get that one? I get in the most heat. I'm gonna move this around a bit. Just where the charcoal is like super hot there. Stop it. Be good. Gotta tell it. All will be revealed tomorrow when the gravy burger is made. Mish, I got the marrow bones in the stock pot right now. We're doing homemade gravy. Bob, you have so many points. Mmm. I smell one of the peppercorns toasting. Homemade gravy, even. I hear a cute bird. Close this down a bit now. Two. Favorite request that I've done. I think this one needs to get flipped over. Looks so yummy. How's this one? These are some thick chops. Okay, that's a really cool part of the grill. Let's put this bigger one down here now. This one is the least cooked. There you go, Cookie. Yeah. Let's just get everyone together for a candlelight dinner. You know, some water does sound great right now. I should go grab my cup. Nice. This is finally browning up now. Let's give it a little switch. I'm gonna go grab a drink really quick. You guys should do the same. The fresh bread smell inside of here. So good. Where's my water glass? Amp. I love the blueberry cream cheese. What was my other favorite combo? No, it was the blueberry bagel with blueberry cream cheese. It's so good. Is there also a strawberry cream cheese? Oh, of course. I leave for a sec. Be good. So whenever it starts to flare up like that, just move the meat from that area and the flame should subside. It was some of the onions that were burning up. And then it should settle back down. But you don't want to let it flare up too long because it's going to make it taste not so good. Yeah, blueberry bagel, strawberry cream cheese. That's the ticket for me. Even this one. Can we be good? But I mean, that looks really good, so I'm not even going to complain. That was also the fattier side of the pork chop. All the heat's like over here. So this is going to be a really good area for grilling the peaches. There's like barely a breeze out here now. She's roasted toasty. You go crazy with the everything bagel seasoning, just plain cream cheese. That's good too. You get them bagels when they have their final exam? What? I wish Annie was my teacher. Misha's just on the einkorn kick still. Einkorn cookies. What else was in there? Whoa. We're smoking, guys. This is like perfect temp now. It's just smoldering away, but nothing's flaring up. Well, this one maybe is trying to. Like Bob said, knock it off. This is gonna be cooked. They have yet to be judged by anyone other than yourself, but she will link the recipe. Perfect. Sounds good, Big Chungus. Thanks for hanging out with us today, too. I hope your reinstall of the OS goes good, and maybe you can catch us tomorrow. Bye. Now my pork's flaring up again. What's this all about? Look at how it's getting crisp, though. Tasty, crispy meat bits. We got more onions burning. Behave yourself, charcoal. Sometimes all you need to do is this as well. A little like swipe with the grill brush. How's my mic battery? They were all full this morning. Maybe my hair's getting in the way of it on the side by my apron. Other than that, I don't know why that might be happening. Holy, that's looking good. I'm gonna bring that big boy back to the front. Flip that one again. And these are like finishing, guys. Spinach cream spinach. That's so good looking. Excuse me, flare up. Control yourself. Okay, now I'm gonna try to get this side cleared off for the peaches. Give that a flip so the fatty side's not flaring up. I would say this is nicely seasoned and oiled to the point where the peaches are not gonna stick to the grill grate at all. And these are all almost done. Holy frick. That was scary. It just looks and smells so good. Do you see how oil fires or grease fires can be terrifying? That like almost went into my elbow. What the helly? It's really clean right there in the center. But it looks cool. Yeah. That's like me working cold side when Sam's on hot side and has a little like fire in his pan. Maybe if he's like cooking pasta or something. I'm just like, what are you lighting on fire over there? Okay, that one's for sure done. Holy. Start putting it on the pan. I didn't temp them, but I'm sure they're good. Maybe this one needs a little bit more on the thick side. Yeah, is this a little green egg? It's still called a big green egg, but yeah, just a mini max. Very powerful nerd. 18 plus. Okay, this is, I can tell that's getting, whoa, really grilled. Did you see that? Holy shit. Okay, they need less time than we thought. I might actually cut those up into quarters after, just to divvy up the charred flavor, because look at the ones on the side are not as charred. But that's flavor right there. I'm gonna pop that fatty side down. Lean it on this other pork. You miss us having the full set. I mean, maybe the other one will be brought back this year. It's nice when, whoa, yeah, like this peach skin just like burst open kind of. I was gonna say it's nice when they get a little bit softened as well. Is that gonna stay if I take this other one away? Pop it up there. Guys, they're literally like juicing. Can you see it? The juice is coming out from under the skin and like bubbling. That's it, guys. We grilled it up today. She is shut down, and I will see you inside with all of our goodness. I will have to bring all this stuff in first, though, and wake the bear up from his nap. So a few moments until we plate. How's the bread timer? The bread timer went off as well. Holy frick, those are huge. They're huge. I like how they bake lopsided. But let's first test this. Make sure that these are baked. Oh yeah. 205, baby. Fahrenheit inside. And then I'll just temp one of these porcos. 135. 145. On the smaller ones. Yeah, 150. We're good. So the thickest one is at what Sam likes to eat pork. So that's perfect. Cancel. Oven off. Yeah. Right? Because I said that we wanted to eat some fresh bread with the meal. It just came out of the oven. Something messed up, Big Chungus. What? Okay, let's wake the bear up. Hello? It's time to eat soon. Please get ready. The hummingbirds are cheering now that we're gone. They're like, woohoo! I can go eat again. That was a nice little grilling sesh, guys. Woohoo! Look at this. What looks better, the pork or the peaches? Okay, we need to get our plate here for the salad. Yeah, run away, Mish. You don't want any of this. Sam from the room. How is Mish here? The grilled peaches for a chutney. We do an apricot salad at work, and we roast the apricots first before we blend them. Holy frick, it's so good. That's what that reminded me of, Bonk. Okay, some greens on the bottom of the plate, like just a bed of greens. From the farmy. So yes, these ones are just starting to turn brown, but these are like over a week old. This is more greens than I do on this salad when we plate it at work. And also the grilled peach and burrata salad at work right now is $36 per plate. Do I need to close this or open it? What's worse? I think we can see everything still, right? Yeah, the plates at work are insane price. Like the halibut feature right now that Sam posted in Discord is like $72, pretty sure. We cook food that we can't afford to eat. Let's just say that. Okay, we're gonna make like a little bed here to put the burrata. That just came out of the oven, my dear. Please behave accordingly. So how I usually get the burrata at work is like put it on a little tray and then open it up and season it. This could do. So it's tied with some little strings here. How soft did this get? Oh shit. Okay, so it got really soft. We're not even gonna do this part. I'm just gonna sneakily get it out of the brine and then try to open it on the plate. Woo! I'm going over to the sink, guys. I'll try to make it look appetizing for you when I plate it. But you can see the cream and stuff just like falling apart in my hands. There's also a little bit more curds in here that I'm gonna scoop out. So those are the like stracciatella. But the outside layer of the matzo is so thin that that's usually what happens. Basically. Rip it and rip it. So now we're gonna do a little bit of olive oil on there. I'm gonna go find a flaky salt in my salt cupboard. I got a Raincoast Fleur de Sel. What else? Is that it for now? That works. Can I even get anything out of here? You want a good amount of salt on there, guys. It's like the most creamy thing ever. Little hit of black pepper. Okay, now, like we just do the half peach piece on the salads at work. I'll probably do like that and then save this other one. How's your breadie, dear? Good? Yes, it is. You got it, Melissa. That was from Salt West. That was from the island. Now we're going to do some of our radishes. If we don't want them soaking wet, like I usually have little towels at work to wick the moisture off of the veggies before they go on the plate.
That's so hot.
So the radishes are going to be peppery and add some crunch. Just like place them around wherever you want. You don't gotta be too fancy with it. And we can just tear the basil up too, I think will be good. Right? Fancy chef with the drying towels. You should see the shit I do on my side compared to like how Sam just cooks. Right? Like mine is so much more intense to the point like on some busy lunch days, there will be 3 people working on my side helping me and Sam's just like cooking by himself. I'm gonna slice up some of the chili that we just picked. I'm gonna stop there probably. Put a few surprise pieces around to play off of the sweetness of the fruits. Now I'm gonna wash my hands. R.I.P. Yep, to the butthole. I'm pretty sure they are, Bonk. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And now our honey balsamic. We gotta come closer. There we go. Just drizzle this around now. Get it like on the peaches. It'll sit in where the pit was. I'm not really dressing the cheese too much. I think that's everything. It is. Okay, so that's the salad. The cheese does kind of look like a poached egg if you didn't know what it was. And now we just need the pork chops. Pork chops will go onto their own plate. And then you eat the salad with it. That one's yours, Samo. And I think that one is mine. Where does it look the best? There. Grilled Thai pork chops. I'm gonna get a quick photo before we demolish this. I love this kitchen. Like having a window right in front of you while you cook. It's actually the same as at work, even. I feel so spoiled. Guys, we get to taste this now. Catching a slice of chili will be a wake-up call? We're about to find out, Bonk. Where's the shrimp? What are you talking about? Look at that. The cheese. The charred peaches. Oh my god. Thanks for the reminder, Annie, of the very terrible pub food yesterday. That almost turned me off of beef. I literally just chugged the peach cider and we got out of there as fast as we could. Holy frick. Do we need like a knife for the pork?
Oh.
I'm just going in with his hands. Okay, I'm gonna serve some salad while you do that. It's like a knife or a fork and a spoon thing. What are you doing?
I was passing over your plate.
Yeah, literally Mish, right? Almost destroyed me for our burger tomorrow. Look at this. Do you see it, guys? Get a little bit of everything in there, and then I'll just like chop it up and eat it. Whoa. Did I cook it good? Samo says I did a good cook. There's my little plate. I want to eat this first, all together. I'm going to get a bit of a bite of everything. Take that radish part there. Whoa. The peach is super soft. Some greens. Oh, and a piece of basil. There's the bite, guys. Mmm.
Wow.
That's insane. That is insane. Holy. That's what I've been plating like 20 of in 2 days at work. Guys, the cheese with the peach. And then the crunchy greens is like perfect. Not too much dressing. Okay, I need to have one more bite, and then I'll have a bite of pork after, too. Is this your first time eating burrata, Sam?
Yes, dear.
I needed you to confirm it for stream. So this is Sam's first intro into what burrata cheese is. Did you see what Mish said?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to have my beard that long right now.
The chili's good, by the way. But yeah, we're keeping his beard short just because, like, one, you get super hot at work when it's long, right? And then two, it's just not as professional to have a super long beard like that when you work in the kitchen. That's about it. But come October, it can come back, right? Couple more monthies. We're almost there. I'm gonna try some pork now, guys. Getting right into this nugget here.
Oh, loser. Easy now.
That was my pork chop cook.
Oh, we're smashing it. Yeah.
The flavors on the pork go so good with the peach. You're gonna shave yours again, Cookie, before you go to Denmark? Did your beard catch fire?
No.
It almost is finger food, Bonk. I mean, that's fun to eat like that in the summer, too. My bones are funny, the way that they're cooking. The bubbles are just coming through the marrow part. Sam says I got funny bones. How do I eat that big bite? Oh, shit. That's pretty insane, hey?
Definitely better than my rancid prime rib.
That's what's left. We destroyed that. I'm having one more bite of pork. I got sauced up.
So yesterday we went to the pub that's on the way home, and the beef was rancid.
I told them. It was so bad. I've never eaten meat like that.
Then we went for having the best piece of beef to like the worst one that's overcooked as fuck.
It was seriously the worst
I
meal.
got up at 11:30 last night. I went to McDonald's.
I was wondering if you would.
I almost fucking went.
I was like, is it gonna be a Wender's night? So there's a pub here that's supposed to be really good. They do prime rib dinners on Sunday nights for $32 a plate. So we're like, okay, we'll go in on our like Friday, right? Because Sunday is our Friday of our week. We'll go after work on the way home. It'll be like a nice meal, and then we'll go home and relax. Like, they had to have smelled the meat when they sliced it. It was that bad. Like, the smell of manure, but taste in your mouth. I was like, I've never tasted beef like this. Like, I'm pretty sure this is not good. It was so bad. We should have just left, I think, but that's okay. So that's the one thing with these pork chops when you eat them. A little more chewy than like a loin. To the point where like some of the pieces for me are a little much. if I don't carve away some of the connective tissue, so I just had to spit out a little piece from my mouth. Oops. So we ended up paying for it, Mish, because they brought us back 2 new plates, but like with a not rancid meat, but like the worst cooked roast beef of my life. Where like it wasn't even prime rib. I don't know what cut of beef it was. I don't know. Yeah, how could you not smell it before you cooked it? That was the other thing. I was too upset yesterday to leave a review, but I think I will leave a Google review because that's like bad. Did they serve it to other people? How were we the only people to say something? It was bad though. A meal that I really want to forget. Let's just say that. Right? They smelled it and they didn't care. Gross. Gross. Okay, guys, that's our fun stream for today. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm just gonna look on Twitch. Also, it's heating up. Can you guys tell? My cheeks are getting rosy and I'm sweaty. See who we're gonna raid. Also, excuse me, just a small belch of approval for the chef today. Thank you. Yeah, we're not ready. It's okay. We're back tomorrow. Was it good? I was wondering. I was like, imagine getting woken up like that. Okay, food's almost ready. Time to wake up.
I mean, it happens often.
That's true. You guys too. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow earlier for a certain somebody in stream. Kiwi Mish menu redemption is going on. Where's our food and drink team? Who do we got on today? Where's my follow list? Misha's gonna go to bed now, so she's all rested up for tomorrow. Bison burger steak. Miss Molly?
Yep.
Okay.
She must have just started.
We're gonna go see Miss Molly Makes. It looks like she's making brownies maybe today again? For her brownie business? Yes, yeah. Wouldn't I feel like old times? That's what I thought, Michael. Back-to-back streams. That's what we need. Miss Molly Makes. I get it. It's set up. That's her 1,399th stream? Holy. That's a lot of streams. I wonder how many we're at. Now we gotta go back and look. Guys, I hope you had a wonderful night hanging out with us, or a day, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for being here. We had fun. I had fun cooking. The sun finally just went down behind the mountains, so it should start to cool off a bit here. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, noon Pacific. 4 hours earlier than today, cooking up a Danish buff sandwich for the Mishers. So hope to see you then. Fresh ground beef, homemade buns, basically homemade everything else. I think it's going to be a good one. Take care, and we'll see you next time. You know where to find us if you need anything at all. Love y'all. Samo, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Let's go see Molly. Take care, y'all, and see you next time. You will cheese my Danish one of these days. Okay, bye.